Hello everyone, welcome to the Merchant Seaman community where men and women are not alone at sea because the Merchant Seaman community is here for he or she. Please take 10 seconds, hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, tell a friend to tell a friend, leave a comment. I've written a book called The Complete Guide to Becoming a Merchant Seaman, how to make $5,000 to $10,000 a month without a GED or high school diploma. The book is available on Amazon. Thank you in advance for your support. When you buy the book, please write a review and leave a 5-star rating. I will greatly appreciate it. Also, there will be a link in the description notes where you can go and pick up your Merchant Seaman community merchandise. So, in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the truth of what to expect in phase 1 of the SIU apprenticeship program. So this is going to be a part 2 to the last video I made because I feel like it's a lot of things that I left out about phase 1. And I want you guys and gals to have as much information as possible going into each phase so you'll know exactly what to expect. So I got a lot of information, but you'll see me looking down and reading off of my notes. So if you see me look away, I'm just reading my notes that I prepared for this video. So let's get into it. So I like to say that most of everything that they do in phase 1 and all of the phases of the program, most of everything they do is to prepare you for what you might expect when you get out on a ship as an actual merchant seaman. So since the school is set up in a military style, when you get to the school, they're going to ask the men to shave their or cut their hair and shave their facial hair. So when you actually get out on a ship working as a merchant seaman, they won't ask you to cut your hair. However, if you ever work on a oil or a chemical tanker ship, then they're going to ask you to shave your facial hair, because if it's ever a spill of oil or chemicals on that ship, then they want to make sure that your respirator will be able to fit over your nose and your mouth, and it will be able to seal properly. And if you have a beard or a mustache, it might not seal properly. Yeah. So every morning you're going to get into a formation with your class, and you're going to march around the building. For those of you that work as color guards, the color guards will be responsible for taking the flag, carefully unfolding the flag, raising the flag up the flagpole, and then everyone is going to salute the flag. And I believe we say the Pledge of Allegiance. And when your formation is called upon, you're going to yell out your class number. So one of the last courses you're going to take in phase 1 is called Vessel Ops. That stands for Vessel Operations. And with Vessel Operations, you will have a written test, but you will also have, they call it a practical, meaning that you will have to take a piece of rope, which on the ship we call a piece of rope a line. You have to take a piece of rope, and you will have to tie different knots. So I don't remember all of the knots that you will be required to tie for that test. But I do remember that the bowline knot will be one of those knots that you would be asked to show them that you can tie it, and that's BOWLINE, bowline knot. And then I believe one of the other knots you might have to tie is called a clove hitch knot. That's CLOVEHITCH, clove hitch knot. And you can just go on YouTube. They have tons of videos about how to tie those two knots. While you're taking the course, they will show you how to tie these knots, and they will give you documentation on that talks about how to tie the knots. But if for those of you that want to practice ahead of time, then like I said, you can go to YouTube and find those videos about those knots, and start practicing at least those two knots that I mentioned. Yeah, so it's good to know how to tie knots, because when you're on a ship, you never know when you might need to take a piece of rope and tie a knot for something that you're doing. If you're on one deck and you're lowering something down to another deck, then you might have to tie that item, whatever you're lowering down to another deck. You might have to, tie a knot on it and carefully lower it down. If the ship is in rough weather and you have, let's say, a big box, or if you have anything that has wheels on it, then if the ship is moving from side to side, then you'll be able to tie those items off, and those items with wheels won't be rolling around, hitting things or run into someone. Or if you have boxes or equipment that might move, then you'll know how to tie knots to tie those things down so they won't be slamming around when the ship is rocking back and forth. Another part of the program, you will be asked to stand watch, and what that means is you will have a desk and you'll have a logbook, and you'll be sitting in one of the hallways of the dorms, and your job is to sit at the desk, and every 15 minutes to 30 minutes, I don't remember exactly, or it might even be every hour, you are going to make a notation in the logbook of anything that happened while you were on watch. Like if someone got sick and you needed to call help for them, or if you saw smoke, you would notify who's ever in charge. If the elevator stopped working, you just standing watch, making sure everybody's safe and nothing is out of the ordinary or nothing's going wrong. You stand watch for 2 hours, and you have to show up 15 minutes before you're scheduled to work. If you're scheduled to work at 12 midnight, you need to show up at 11:45. This is important because on a ship, you might have to stand watch, and on a ship, if you're going to be standing watch at 12 midnight or whatever time you're standing watch, you have to show up 15 minutes before. So whoever the person you're relieving on the ship, you show up 15 minutes before so that person can tell you, anything that went on during their shift. Like, for example, if you're in the engine room, he can say, let me show you this piece of machinery that seems to have a small leak. I noticed the leak, and it's so just keep an eye on it. Or anything else, if they're if you're working on the deck, they might have some information they need to pass on to you. So you always get there 15 minutes before so you can talk about anything that you might need to be aware of since you're now taking on that shift. So yes. So yeah, you need to start to learn military time, because at the school as well, at the school they only everything is done in military time. And see, the reason why they do that at the school, because when you get out on a ship, everything is done in military time. So yeah, start to learn. You can start to learn military time, and that will help you out a lot. You're allowed to have cell phones while you're at the school, but it will be certain times that they will not allow you to have a cell phone. Like when you're in any type of formation, then you're not supposed to have your cell phone. Um, and yeah, like when you're standing watch, you're not supposed to have your cell phone. Um, so same thing like if you're on a ship, especially if it's a oil or a chemical tanker ship, then your cell phone is not allowed out on deck, especially anywhere close to the manifold. And the manifold is just where we receive the fuel or for the ship, and any oil or chemicals that might be coming on the ship. So they'll tell you no cell phones are allowed out on deck. So it's good to I guess get that discipline at the school, so when you actually get out on the ship, then you know same thing, you have that same discipline. If they say, hey, don't have cell phones in these particular areas, then you're already prepared for it. You already know what to expect. You're going to have nightly inspections when you're at the school, where you're going to stand in front of your stand in front of your bed in the dorm, and when they come through, they're making sure that everybody's bed is made up correctly, and they're making sure that the trash cans are empty, the floors are swept and mopped. They're making sure the restrooms are clean. And they do this, well, because when you're out on a ship, depending on what ship you're on, then you're going to have room inspections. Some ships that do them every week, some ships that do them every 2 weeks. So when the captain and the chief engineer and the chief mate and the bosun, when they come and inspect your room, they expect for your room to be clean. Okay, let's see what's next. So all of the written tests in phase 1 of the program, you only have to get a passing grade of 70, and you'll get 3 chances to I believe it's 3 chances to pass that test. So you'll take it, and if you don't make it, then they'll give you another try. They'll schedule you to take it another time, and then if you don't make that, then they give you one more chance to pass that test. But you only have to pass it with the 70. When you're working in the kitchen during phase 1, you get up at 4 a.m. and you don't finish until like 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. at night. Yeah, so I know, that's a lot of hours, but, during this time, you're going to get breaks, so it's not like you constantly working straight through, 4 a.m. to 6 or 7 o'clock at night. You're going to get breaks throughout the day. But that's reason they do that is to when you get out on a ship, you're going to be working, you know, 12 hours a day, and sometimes if something, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. And then, like I said in other videos, normally most ships on Sunday, you either you get off at 12 noon, or you're only working half a day. So, and same thing like on the ship, you're working 12 hours a day, but you get several breaks throughout the day. So it's not like you're just constantly working the whole 12 hours. Um, some of the other things that you'll learn from being in phase one is how to work with people from different backgrounds, different ages, different sexual orientations, different ethnic groups. Um, how to work with people you don't like, because like when you're at the school and you're assigned to this class and you have 12 to 15 other people in your dorm, and as a class you're asked to do um, certain things are asked to be done, collectively as a class. uh, that's the same way it's going to be when you get out on a ship, because at the school you're confined to just the school. Like you can't like leave the school, like you're confined to the school. So when you're out on a ship, you're confined to a ship. So when you're out on a ship and you got a ship with like average like 20 people, 22 people, like I said, you're gonna have to learn how to work with people you don't like. You're gonna have to learn how to work with people um, from all walks of life and all over the world. So I put it'll be a link in the description notes um for of a YouTube video that shows a video of the whole campus. Um so you'll get a chance to see what the whole campus looks like. Um and pretty much on the campus you have the dormitory where you'll be staying at. So anybody going through the training program will be in that dormitory or that building. And then you have the library. So the library is a place where you can go and study, and if you need help with your classes, they have tutors and stuff in there. um, they got books you can check out and stuff like that. They have they have a gym. So they have a hotel, but the hotel is when you actually finish the program and you join the union, and let's say like you come back to the school to take classes to go to a higher position. Then when you come back to the school, once you're a part of the union, then you'll stay in the hotel, and you'll just go to classes. um, go to your class that you're taking while you're up there. But it's the hotel. You have the guard shack. So those of you that do gate guard duty, the guard shack is just a little booth. And when cars pull in to get into the facility, you check their ID, and then you hit the button to open the gate to let them in. And you have a maintenance building where people that actually work at the school, they work on different vehicles that belong to the school, like the buses and different things like that, vans. Um, uh, yeah, just a pretty much of. Oh yeah, they have an arts and craft building. So when you get to that point and you have free time, those of you that like to do arts and craft, you can go in there. So yeah, that's some of the things that's on campus. But the video that's linked, there'll be a link to a video in the description, and you can click on that link, and it's a real good video about that. And you'll also see that I'm going to upload some pictures of I'm gonna upload some pictures of the basic firefighting training. There'll be some pictures of the lifeboat slash water survival training. Um, yeah, so like with the basic firefighting, it's a picture in there that because they show you how to roll up a hose. Um, when you're done using it, they show you how to roll up a hose and things like that. You'll see pictures of the while you're going through the program. You'll see pictures of the cafeteria where you're going to be eating at. Um, you'll see pictures of all of the previous classes that have went through the apprenticeship program from class number 1 to whatever class they're up to now, whether it be class 900 or class 901. You'll see pictures of all the classes. And if you finish the program, then you'll see the picture of yourself and your class on the wall. So you'll actually be making be a part of history if you get through the program. Let's see. I've included some pictures. Yeah, I think that's just about everything I included pictures about. And it will also be, as a bonus, it's going to be a picture of one of my pay stubs. It's also going to be in this video. Yeah, so I think that's it for this video. Thank you guys and gals for subscribing. And thank you for your positive comments. I really appreciate it. Thank you for helping the channel grow. We're up to like a little over, I think we got 608 subscribers now. So let's continue to make the community grow. I would love to get to 1,000 subscribers. But we're getting there. We're getting there. You guys and gals be kind to one another. Take care of one another. Share information. And remember, if you don't like your life, don't feel hopeless, don't feel helpless, don't wait for your life to change. Make a decision and change your life. Guys and gals, take care. See you in the next video.